Hey guys, well it says it has 14 minutes on my phone. I'm on the move again. But I've just want to say, well, I've already said thank you and left the in person a couple of times, and left a positive review for my hosts at the Airbnb, because I went into overdraft to take the big wild, in my opinion, the big wild step, and because of my situation, I was able to do what I needed to do, and now I'm on to the next place. But the big wild step was to come down here, because I had been applying for jobs, or come down or up or wherever, jobs in this region, and it's more than 4 hours. It's more than 4 hours away from that other region in which I lived from when I was 14 until this year. And although I'm in overdraft, I have to work my way out of that. But the thing is it is paying off, because I now have a full-time job. I now have a taekwondo club, martial arts club. And just, things are getting settled down here. And so the Airbnb was booked for a month. Well, reserved for a month, so that's why I went into the overdraft for that reason. But I have 27,000 and something saved in my Fast Saver, but here in New Zealand. No, Fast Saver, Kiwisaver. But here in New Zealand, you can only access it if you're starting your first ever business, or buying your first ever home, or superannuation when you retire. There's the only times you can touch that money. So I've got 27,000, nearly 28,000 in it. But yeah, the big step here is paying off, because I've gone and seen a house where I could stay permanently, but it wasn't for me, and I'm glad, because in the past I would have said yes. I wouldn't have taken a note of the surroundings, and I would have said yes. But now my surroundings and my safety is more important than saving an extra 50 or $100 a week. But the thing is yes, I got the full-time job. I'm working as a yardsman now. Not only that, we're got a taekwondo club, and the next Airbnb I'm at is for the next 2 weeks. So obviously, every day I'm still going to continue applying for a permanent place. The positive thing about Airbnb is once you've paid it up front, there's no payments to be made every week. It's paid up front. That's it. So everything that I make, I'm like, because I give myself 250, because let's say 150 for petrol, as well as all my groceries, someone's walking past, that's all. And you're walking a dog. It's really wet here. Oh, here's all my stuff, the car. And I got all my my bedding and my cooking utensils and cutlery and stuff in the boot. I didn't need to use it here, because we used their stuff here, so it's good. So yeah, we got the full-time job. We got the taekwondo club, martial arts club, and yeah, just keep applying for these permanent places online. And for the 2 weeks I'm at this next position, because I've only worked my first payment came in this week. So for the next couple of weeks, basically that $250, as I said, and that $100 is for me to kind of just pat myself on the back if I want to get me something, or if I want to, you know, whatever. And the other $150 is for the food and the gas. And then everything else is just going to be saved to be put towards the next spot, and then I'll have a full-time job to work my way out of that. And I've been searching up online about starting, you know, businesses on the side, but they all want me to buy products and all this type of stuff. So I've looked at that before, didn't want to take the risk, but now it's like once I have the money, I will take the risk. So that's the situation I'm in. So yeah, accomplished what I wanted to accomplish here. I got mist on the window, which was to have somewhere to stay until I have a full-time job and a martial arts club, and I've done that. Now it's a matter of using this next spot to stay there until eventually I have a permanent place to live, whether that be a flat or a room, and a permanent place to live in the you know, the half an hour radius of travelling to work and back. And obviously get out of this overdraft and then start saving up so I can do these other things that I want to do. Like, you know, because I do have a bachelor's degree, I do have all these other things, and it's quite a shame to be working moon payment jobs without having other stuff on the side, you know. So I'll stay at the job, obviously, but I'd like to have some stuff on the side to add more money. Obviously, my first priority is getting into a permanent place, as well as getting out of overdraft. This is not natural for me. I had never been in overdraft until this year. So it was a huge risk for me to take, because it's not natural for me to be in overdraft. You know, it's not normal for me. But the thing is I had my priorities was getting into a safer part of the country. I'm just pushing this sticker that's, you know, safer part of the country, as well as having a full-time job there in a martial arts club. That's been accomplished. Now the next things to accomplish is to find this permanent place to stay, as well as get out of overdraft. That's funny, because in my other account, as I said before, I can't touch it unless I'm starting my first business or buying my first home, or I'm retired. And in that account I've got nearly $28,000. So yeah, I've been looking into these small businesses on the side, you know, to do these things on the side to add more money. You know, I appreciate the job I have, but it's also good to have some stuff that you can do on the side to bump it up a bit more, you know. So yes, I have my next goals to overcome. I stuck my neck out for this, and it has worked. Now it's time for me to get back to my own form of normality, which is no debt, no nothing. You know, so that was a big thing for me to do, to go into overdraft to book a monthly Airbnb stay for a whole month, and then take the risk, and then if you get a full-time job here, and then jump into the next Airbnb for a couple of weeks while you're still looking for a permanent place to stay, was a big thing. And now it's done it. Got a full-time job, got a martial arts club to go to. This one's Taekwondo, because I'm halfway to black belt on that, which is nothing at all. Like, the more you know, the more you realise you don't know, and then once you get to black belt in that, there's all these other dans, like, you know, it's like, yeah. But it is like you're amongst the ultimates in that art, and that's only one martial art out of how many. You'll find that most people that are right up there, and that they don't really want to get into confrontations outside of martial arts because they know there's like 100. I don't even know how to put a number on how many arts there are. So you might be really skilled at one, possibly even two, but you still know nothing in comparison to what there is. So be humble, be humble, and and plus you don't want to live their lifestyle anyway. But I did the big thing that was really not natural for me, which was to go into debt, and my reward is living in a much safer part of the country with a full-time job, as well as a martial arts club to go to in a much safer part of the country where none of my close relatives are, and none what I mean by that, none of the ones I brought up with. Like, these people around here, they have the last name of my mother and all that type of stuff. But you see, my mother and her family, they moved to New Zealand 4 generations ago. I'm the 4th generation. This one's their 1st generation here, but they have the same name. So yeah, that was nice meeting them. So here we go. We're on to the next bit, is finding that permanent place and then working myself out of overdraft, which is really not natural for me. But I thought, I have to get out of that place, that part of the country, away from, all the toxicity, and start getting these small businesses on the side to add even more money to my full-time job, so I can start prospering. And yeah, so we've already achieved this other stuff. There's the next stuff to go. All right, that's the update. You guys have a wonderful day. I have all my stuff here. I'm gonna head straight into the Airbnb now. Now, I learnt something here that with the Airbnb. See, one of my mistakes is sometimes I don't always read all the details. I was supposed to have left this Airbnb at 11 o'clock, but they let me stay till, it's time now, 4 o'clock. And the other Airbnb said I can move in any time after 2 p.m. So I'm going straight there now. It takes about half an hour to get there. So wish me luck, guys. There's, how it goes when you jump off the cliff. Like, if you want to really make something and you're not going anywhere or anything, and I'm not saying physically jump off the cliff, but if you take the risk, a calculated risk, and you put yourself fully into it, it will work out in the end, And that's how the universe works. You have to take action, So, yep, got the full-time job. Yep, got the martial arts club. Yes, I'm living in a much safer part of the country, moving into a place where the crime rate for murder and armed robbery and things like that is, the very highest is very high, and then there's high, and then there's moderate, very high, moderate, low, very low. And the place I'm moving into for all these things is low. No one knows me there, apart from those who I work with. And I have a martial arts club there. And the price of staying there is the same price as what I'm paying here, where the armed robbery and all that type of stuff is moderate. So it's all coming together. In the next few months, I'm getting out of this overdraft. I'm starting up a little something on the side to get more money and start real prospering. Okay, guys. And keep working at the place I'm working at. Okay. See you. I got 7 seconds left. Bye-bye.